My salary. That's right. In today's video, I'm going to reveal to you what my first paycheck was as an IT professional. I'm also going to give you the best advice that I could possibly give you, advice that I wish I had when I first started. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my journey and how I believe that can actually help you when you are going to step into the world of IT. So without further ado, let's get into this one. So before I reveal to you what my actual first paycheck was as an IT professional, I want to talk a little bit about my journey and how that may be beneficial to you and give you best advice along the way. So in my career, I've worked in so many jobs. I've worked in retail. I've done selling solar panels. I've done all kinds of things to get my foot in the door that would eventually help me become an IT professional. So I've worked in jobs like Boots, Sports Direct, John Lewis, or Waitrose. I've done everything, like I said, selling solar panels, door-to-door sales, anything and everything that I could to get any kind of soft skills that would improve my overall chances of getting my first job as an IT professional. And that's what I wanted to kind of highlight as well. You've got to develop communication skills. You've got to develop core soft skills. Like I said, with communication, you can't just simply go into an IT professional job, no matter what kind of standard it is. You've got to develop core skills, soft core skills like communication. Even within an IT job, you do require communication skills. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to do the job. You're not just going to sit there at a computer and trying to troubleshoot and fix issues all day. You've got to talk to people on the phone, through email, in person. So my advice out of that would be, if you're looking for an IT professional job and you're unemployed, first thing I would do is get a job, any job, get some money in your pocket. It'll enable you to develop your soft skills and give you that much needed experience, especially if you've never worked before. That's another thing. I've seen so many students nowadays just trying to get their dream job straight away. It doesn't work like that. You've got to get a job. Any job will do, it's not a problem. What that shows your future potential employers is that you're willing to work, you're eager. Develop your CV or resume. This will show your future employers that you're eager to work. It will show that you're developing your skill set. It will show that you've got experience in handling people. Most jobs nowadays, it's about handling people, dealing with people. People make a job what it is, rather than the actual issue at hand. So improve your CV, work on your resume, add that experience. When you have a whole list of experience on your resume, that'll stand out better than anyone else. It's like anything in life. It's like a YouTube career. If you're a content creator, you've got to stand out from your competition. So how are you going to do that? You've got to put your own personality into it. You've got to show that you've got experience, and you've got to improve each and every single time. That happens when you take that first step. And that's moving on to the next step. Make the first step. Loads of people, kids, or whoever it is, they think a job's just going to land in their lap. From my experience, I went out and looked for it. I looked for a job. I asked everyone. There's no shame or embarrassment in asking for help. You've got to take that first step. Don't just sit on your backside and just applying for jobs on a computer. No, you've got to get out there and put yourself out there. If you don't put yourself out there, how's anything going to happen? I previously mentioned about skill set and improving it. There are things that you can do in your spare time. I mentioned applying for jobs. That's cool, no problem. But you've also got to go above and beyond that as well. For instance, in my spare time, before I got a job as an IT professional, I got a PC that was given to me by a friend. It had old parts in it, and I got other parts and I put it into the PC just to get an idea of how a PC works, familiarizing myself with the PC. I built a PC. I got the motherboard, I got a hard drive, I got the CPU. I put everything together just so that I could intertwine and develop that familiarity. Ugh, couldn't say it. Just to develop that familiarity with computing. That's the first step. Get your hands dirty. Get in there and figure out how a computer works. I also looked into software and operating systems. Don't just think a Mac is going to be the way to go, or Windows. No, you've got to look into other environments like Linux environments. I looked into Red Hat. I built a PC with Ubuntu on it so that I could familiarize myself with Linux-like environments. And by the way, all the big companies, a lot of the big companies, I should say, use Linux environments. Companies like SpaceX, Tesla, they use Linux environments, and it's free to use. So it's actually not gonna hinder your development or put any kind of obstacles in your way to actually go out and obtain information, resources. It's out there. You just got to look for it. Before I got into the world of IT, I actually got a degree in business and IT. That enabled me to at least build a foundation so I could use that foundation within my job. So for example, it gave me the ability to code. I learned Visual Basic, I learned SQL, I learned how to develop and create a web page, HTML. And in my spare time, I've learned how to use Python, PowerShell, resources like Python, like PowerShell, that actually, again, enables you to stand out from the rest of the crowd. I've seen so many jobs that are paying top dollar that want people learning how to automate tasks just to make life easier. And they're willing to pay through their nose to get these kinds of employees on board. If you don't know where to start, look online, look on Google. There's AWS, you can go into the Microsoft website, which you can get courses for, basic courses for about £65 or maybe around $55. You can get basic foundational courses that can enable you to actually stand out and show to the employer that you're willing to learn. If you don't want to use that, you can use YouTube. There's so many courses online. It just shows future potential employers that you're willing to learn, you're willing to develop, and that you want to increase your knowledge capabilities to help the company going forward. So here we go. My first paycheck as an IT professional, I'm going to reveal it to you right now. My first paycheck was a salary worth £18,000 per year. I wish it was per month, but it was per year. So my first actual professional job was working on a trade floor with traders and brokers. And there I would be doing first line support. So just on the phone, on the trade floor, through emails, that sort of stuff, real basic stuff, resetting passwords. But yeah, that was my first salary. That was my first professional job. And actually the way I got that job was through my mum. My mum's friend, her son was working at the firm and helped me actually get the job. I'd shown that I was able to work on my skill set, all the experience that I had. It showed an eagerness to actually a willingness to work. Yeah, after an interview process, I got the job. It enabled me to actually learn first line support. And then I took a few courses on my own in my spare time and learned a skill set that enabled me to then progress further. I developed a good rapport with my other colleagues so that I could line second line support and eventually get into third line support. And then from there on in, really what you can do is you can venture into various different avenues where you feel more comfortable or passionate about. So you could go into cybersecurity, you could go into AI. There are so many paths that you could go down and make the most of your passion. So what I want you to take away from this, yes, I revealed a salary. You may not think it's much. In fact, it wasn't much, to be honest with you, considering I was traveling a long way. I had shift patterns. My social life was completely dead. I was just absolutely exhausted after each and every single day. You know, I used to wake up 3 o'clock in the morning just to get into work for 6 o'clock when the market's opened, and then get back home around 4:30, 5 o'clock, and I'll be absolutely exhausted. And I'd go sleep early just so that I could get a full 8 hours of sleep. But these are the sacrifices that you have to make. So what I would say to you, if you want to take anything away from this video, is number one, put your foot on the ladder by going out there and actually making that first step. If you don't take that first step, then you're just going to be sitting at home doing nothing. Number two, improve your skill set, soft skills, technical skills. There's resources everywhere. Go out and search for it, look for it. Amazon Web Services, Google provide free courses, YouTube. There's so much out there. You just got to make the time to do it. 3, develop a good work ethic. You've got to develop a great work ethic. Without work ethic, you're not going to get far. 4, I would say stay hungry. Stay hungry for the industry. Stay hungry for your profession. And with that in mind, you can be ambitious. You can remain passionate, and you can go far within the world of IT. I haven't got to the point where I would like to yet, but it's more of a when, not if. So guys, that's the end of the video. If you're passionate about IT, try and follow those steps. If you've got any questions that you would like to ask me, comment in the section below, and subscribe. Show some support, show some love. And if you like this video and you like techie videos, I'm gonna leave a link here somewhere about other videos that I've done, reviews. So go ahead, check those videos out, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.